Hey, Craig here. In this video I'm going to be making a vacuum box for my Dragknife drag knife to hold the work down to the Tormach. Right? Well, I figured I'd better give a little better explanation of exactly what I'm doing, what this tool is. It's a Dragknife drag knife. This particular model allows up to a 1/4 inch depth of cut. Basically, this tool will cut anything you can cut with a utility knife, but it's computerized. You know, you can hook it up to your mill. So I'm using it to cut rubber gaskets, but you can use it to cut veneer, cardboard, plastic, thin plastic, I think, vinyl if you're like doing vinyl signs or something like that. Okay, here's what it's going to look like. I have it mounted on a pallet so I can just take it on and off the mill. And it's basically just made out of MDF, 3/4 MDF. It's got a hole right here for the vacuum to connect onto it. And it's got a series of perforated holes in there to hold the stock down. I'm just going to use tape along the excess holes. Okay, here's what it looks like on the inside. I have 6 holes in here to mount it, to screw it down to the pallet here. I have to make some holes in the pallet also. Okay, I've already made 2 of the pieces that are going to be on the end this way. Basically just, I had the MDF cut to approximate size at Home Depot, and now I'm just cutting them to the exact size. I'm kind of pretending like it's aluminum, and I'm just kind of squaring it off exactly like that. It probably doesn't need to be that precise, but I figured it'd just be kind of good practice for me. So now I'm going to be working on the front and back sides of it, and then after that the top and bottom. I'm just using the face mill from Tormach. I've just been running it at about 4,000 RPM, about 20 inches a minute, and seems to do a pretty good job. So, okay, so basically I'm going to start off. I've got this piece mounted here. I'm just going to basically face this off here to level it out. Then I'm going to flip it over. Then I'll have a flat surface to work. Okay, well, milling MDF definitely makes a mess. I think I'm going to have to clean this whole shop up after I do this. Okay, now I'm going to make a mark approximately where I'm going to here, which is 3 inches. And when I start getting close to that line, then I'll start cutting back the depth of cut. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the first measurement on this. Okay, I need to take off about 126 thou. I'm going to set that in the DRO, and I don't know, probably take it at about 40 thou depths of cut until I get there. Okay, so for those of you that are relatively new to machining, which of course I am myself, so certainly not an expert on this, but basically I just took the dimension here and on the calipers minus what I want to be left with. I basically want 3, so basically I need to remove 85 thou. And what I did was I took the current DRO on the Z, which is 232 thou, and minus what I have to take off, and basically came up with the final DRO where I need to be at. I'm probably going to stop about 10 thou shy of that and then check my measurements and kind of sneak up on it. I don't need to be crazy accurate, but like I said, just kind of like practicing. So and I'm going to measure again here. This time I'm going to be a little more precise about where I pick it up, because if you're like on an angle like this, you're not going to get an accurate reading. So, and I don't need to be too crazy because it's just a vacuum box, but try and get it in approximately this correct angle, you know. Okay, well, it looks like I'm about 3 thou, 3 or 4 thou over. Probably for MDF, that's probably when I'm making this way more than enough. It's gonna be glued together anyways, so the glue is gonna. Okay, now alright, so this part is done, so now I just have to trim these down to an exact size. I have the drawing set at 11.5 inches. I'm at a little over 12 right now, so I will get some parallels set up in here, and I'll just square one end off here, then I'll measure out this way and do the same thing. Actually, but I'm not going to be using this. I actually got an actual router bit with 1/4 inch shank. It's a 3/8, so I'm actually going to be using a bit that would normally be used in a router and using it on the mill. So okay, got the router bit all loaded up in there. I think this bit's supposed to be run at like 24,000 RPM. I just have 10, so I'm just going to run it at 10. Not sure if it's supposed to be conventional or climb milling, but I guess routers you can kind of go either direction you want, so it probably doesn't really matter. So crank this up to 10,000 RPM here and give it a try. Well, it seemed to work pretty good. A little louder than the other ones, but that was at I was just going at 20 inches a minute. It's might be a little burned right there, so I don't know, maybe I need to go a little faster on it. Okay, well, I'll switch it over to the other side. Actually, I'll measure where I want to be at and then cut the bulk of it off like I talked about before. Okay, well, I figure I'm about a 1/16 of an inch off, which is about 60 thou, a little over 60 thou. So I'm just gonna use the DRO and sneak up on it like that, and just do it by a tape measure. been about 30 thou or so. Yeah, we're showing a little over a 32nd of an inch. Let me go a hair more. All right, maybe a hair more. Okay, well, according to the tape measure, that's pretty spot on, so I'm gonna call it good at that. Alright. Okay, that's the piece for the back of the box all done. So I'm gonna go on to the front of the box. I'll do what I just did on this one, off camera obviously, and then I'll come back to make the hole for the vacuum. Alright. Okay, I got this piece all cut to size. Now I just have to make the hole in the middle there. Actually, using the mill to cut wood is actually kind of cool. You know, normally if you're using like a skill saw or something like that, you know, you're happy to get within, you know, 1/16 of an inch. You know, this you can, you know, even if you're just using the tape measure, you know, you can get pretty darn accurate, and you can just, you know, tell the machine to, you know, take another 5 thou off or 10 thou off. It's really cool. Okay, and now I'm going to make the hole for the vacuum hose to go into. And I'm going to start by finding the setting the zeros on this corner over here. Okay, I've posted the code, the G code, to the mill already. It's using a 2D pocket. I already have the router bit mounted in here. I haven't run this before, so hopefully it all goes well here. We'll find out together. Okay, well this router bit seemed to work really good doing that. I guess if anybody happens to have a router and they got some router bits. Okay, well, let me take the hose and see if we got a fit here. I may have to open that a little bit. Either that or open it up a little bit on the outside. I don't know, I don't want it to be too loose. So, okay, well I open it up a little bit with a utility knife. Basically just kind of an angle working like that, making kind of a cone shape in there. So, fits in like that. Probably not the best way to do it, and probably better to have some kind of attachment bolted on or screwed on to here that this can just slip into, but this is what I got for now. Alright. Okay, as you can see, the box is starting to come together here. I got all the sides done. Now I've got to do the top and the bottom. And I'll probably do that on a separate video. I don't want this to run too long in each video. Alright?